Welcome to Behind the Canvas, the official after show of Art Wars. I will be your host, James Fudge, as Numbskull is gone for a short while and I will be taking over. And in today's episode, we will be talking about Art Wars Series 7, episode number 8. In today's challenge, the artists will be redrawing history by taking any piece of their old art and redrawing it so it is newer, better, and overall elevate. The elevation side of it is very important for this challenge, as we didn't want to just see a redraw, but we wanted them to just show that improvement that they have had. So now you know what the challenge is, it is time to toot and boo every single piece of art for this episode, and we are now down to the top 5 artists of the series, so it is getting really tough. So let's take a look at all the art. Before we talk about Sunny's piece of art, to go see all of the older versions of these drawings, they are exclusively up on the Instagram, which will be linked down below or in like our banner on our Art Wars YouTube page. So go there, look at them all, and you get to see them because they're exclusively on Instagram. Anyways, let's start with Sunny's. This episode, this illustration, once again, fabulous. Pure Sunny, everything we love about them. However, compared to the old one, it's basically the same. It doesn't show that improvement. It's just the same character in a different pose. There is such a lack of improvement, which is what this challenge is all about. I'm not saying the improvement's needed because this is fabulous, but it was not elevated. Which elevation and improvement are two separate things. You can elevate something without having to improve your skill, I believe. Because you can take one sketch and make it better. Does that make sense? It should do. But anyways, just simply based off that reason, it doesn't show the elevation we're looking for. It's sadly getting a boot. Next up is a very controversial submission, which is Daffy's. Now, once again, fabulous. Probably the most stunning piece of art we've seen all season. Maybe, not sure. Nichols might have that title. Besides the point, such an incredible illustration. However, the thing is, when they submitted that old piece of art, it was a real little doodle they submitted from when they were like 7 to 10 years old. So it wasn't showing the improvement from when they've been like doing it properly. However, this is such an incredibly strong illustration. It's so hard not to be like, you're absolutely incredible. So I'm going to have to give this a 2 because of how incredible the art is. And that's my personal opinion. But whether it actually, like, you know, is it fair? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below because it's a very tough situation. Next up is Nichols, and they perfectly define what this challenge is about in this episode. They have elevated that illustration beyond another level. It has such an improvement, but the illustration still feels the same illustration, but improved completely. Like, you can just see their skills, and you can see Nichols' style now translated into this illustration. It's just so well done in my opinion. But obviously then, in terms of general art, this compared to Daffy's takes my breath away slightly more in my opinion. This is an incredible, this is why it's getting a 2. But is it better than Daffy's submission, even though Daffy's controversial? I don't know. It's such a close call this episode. Honestly, the judges, I saw it all unfold. It was an interesting one. Next up is Howard the Fuck, which is another very interesting illustration submitted in this episode, as it was debated on strongly whether it was an improvement or not. My personal opinion, I definitely think it's a massive improvement from their first, the old entry they submitted. I just think it adds so much more character and refines it so much. I'm just a massive fan of this illustration as a whole, but also in the context of the challenge, I think they did a very incredible job. That's why they are also getting a toot. In this episode, Catstack paid tribute to the late Technoblade, an icon in the gaming community and a true legend in the YouTube space. This illustration captures them incredibly. We will obviously still be judging it in the context of the challenge, ignoring the fact of the context of the art and how it's obviously surrounded recent events, as this was filmed around the time of everything that was going on with the diagnosis and that. Besides the point, this piece of art is solid for Catstack. However, it just simply doesn't meet what we're looking for at this stage of the competition. Don't get us wrong, it meets the challenge perfectly. It shows that improvement, development. But if you look on the floor where the flowers are laid, the flowers seem like they're different styles. It almost seems like stickers. And simply comparing this to the other pieces of art done this episode, it's just not quite there, which is really unfortunate. As Cat Stack, they returned and they did so well in that first challenge back. But I'm so sad to say they're getting a boot this episode. So I can now reveal the actual results now we've tooted and booted everything. So the winner of this challenge is Daffy, and high placements go to Nikoj and Howard. Howard, 100% agree. But does Daffy's count as cheating? I guess we will have to wait and tell. Let us know what you think in the comments below, because this was definitely an interesting episode behind the scenes wise with the judges, as some people didn't agree with necessarily what they submitted as their old art. However, this piece of art they entered this episode is definitely art master level of talent. They definitely deserve this win, and the bottom two, sadly, I 100% agree with. Sunny and Cat Stack belong in that bottom two. So I can now reveal the bottom two faced once again another elimination vote, and the artist leaving the competition in 5th place. I'm so sorry to say, Cat Stack, you are not the next art master. You were the first artist ever to come back after being medically not evacuated, this isn't Survivor, withdrawn from the competition, and you returned in the same series, having such a rollercoaster of a time. You've had highs, you've had lows, and now you've been eliminated. Honestly, such an incredible artist to work with, and I hope this isn't the last time. Maybe a future All-Star season, we'll have to wait and see. Sadly, Cat Stack has gone home, and I do agree, it was a unanimous decision, and it just feels like their time this time round. When they were medically eliminated, definitely was not their time to go, but this time, 5th place, I think they are a 5th place artist in the least mean way possible, because you know what I'm saying? That seemed so shady. They could definitely win a future series. I'm on about right now. I don't think they're ready for that art master title. So that is all we have time for and all we have to say for this episode. Make sure to join back. Its next episode is the last episode of the series, because obviously episode 9, and then it's the finals. So yeah, thanks so much. I've been James Fudge. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. And come back soon for the final episode of Series 7. Bye!